In today's episode, I'm excited to share with you what I've done at home to create a print workshop. As an artist interested in selling my work, I want to create professional quality handmade silkscreen prints. The best way to test out my new workspace is by actually doing a test run. So I'll walk you through how that's been going as well. Hello and welcome. My name is Diette, and thanks for checking out my channel. Let's get started by creating a shopping list of everything I'll need to silkscreen print onto paper. While at some point I would also like to print onto fabrics, I want to start with paper. The first product I would like to create is a 5x7 print. Strictly defining a single size to start with is going to help me break down my overall costs in order to set a proper price point for that product. However, down the road, I would like to create as large a reproductions as I possibly and comfortably can produce within the space that I have. So I also need to make purchases which can adapt with my growth. I don't want to carry my screens into my bathroom to clean them, so I decided to invest a little into a proper faucet fixture. One of the spoils of working in a commercial kitchen are the pressure sprayers. Curiosity led me down that rabbit hole of what can I find that's similar and at what price. Perfect. Into cart. Before I go any further, I do want to say that this is completely a luxurious, or I would shorten to a luxe item. As my sweetheart pointed out, I could have easily attached a garden hose sprayer. Yes, very true and functionally accurate. However, my kitchen faucet has been deteriorating, and I know that it will ultimately need to be replaced soon. So as a backup, I could potentially use this as my kitchen faucet instead. I also figured if need be, I could likely resell this easily for close to what I paid for it anyhow. Should I not be able to use it? My other consideration is that I'm guessing about 60 to 75% of this process is going to involve myself standing in front of the sink cleaning. I have absolutely justified this purchase. I was so excited when it came to the door. Addressing the wash area is this first step to complete before I can do anything. I have to make sure this area is absolutely functional. My only concern is that I would have trouble with washing the silk screens if the sprayer didn't arch high enough. Structurally, my sweetheart also pointed out that the back plate might not be strong enough to support the weight of the faucet. So he came up with an amazing makeshift option. Please note, I did my research comparative shopping in that I knew that my current sink tub has 2 holes while this faucet is a 1-hole faucet. And of course, in Amazon, when you're shopping the related products, it shows me the soap dispenser. I was immediately brought back to that commercial sink and remembered how nice it was just to attach the industrial sized jug of soap. The last thing I wanted for the sink is to make sure I also have a drain catcher. You have no idea how incredibly happy this entire setup has made me. To my love, thank you for the advice and the solution that you developed. I am loving this space so far. While the laundry sink is undergoing modifications, I finally installed the upper shelf, which I've had sitting in storage since I moved in here. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on this product. It leaked all over during the shipping, but it's no longer leaking anymore, thankfully. Anyhow, I will talk a little bit more about this product later. Determining what size of screens to purchase and how many. I'm most comfortable working in large scale. I would love to be able to create at scale prints. However, I need to keep in mind any restrictions such as the frames. They need to be able to fit into my laundry sink for proper cleaning. I have to keep in mind the price points and that the larger I go, the more expensive it's going to cost to produce. From Amazon, I was able to find silk screens easily. I need to keep an eye out on thread count. 120, 130 is most common, but those are intended for printing out onto fabric. In this case, I'm wanting to print out onto paper. So if you think of it in terms of pixels, the higher the thread count or pixel count, the higher the quality of image. So after installing the new faucet, the first thing I wanted to test was how these will fit into the sink. The truth be told, it is a little awkward, but it is manageable. Squeegees. Squeegees are used to apply the ink, and so I needed to purchase essentially the largest squeegee I could. I still want to make sure that it's comfortable to hold and it's not too heavy. You want to be able to apply even pressure throughout. I managed to find this pack of 6 from Amazon. I wanted to have multiple squeegees because I am going to be working in multiple colors. It was at a very decent price point in comparison to what I found shopping around. For the emulsion scoops, I did find that the larger the emulsion scoop is, the more expensive they are to purchase. Also, you're going to need a larger emulsion scoop based on how large your screen size is, because it is preferable to do the entire sweep in one layer. The next thing to consider is my work surface. I need this option to stand or sit in an adjustable angle would be helpful. There are a lot of great drafting tables, even with glass surfaces for sale, used and new. And then I found the perfect piece, used, local, sweet. A drafting / light table. And this felt like destiny. I love working with light tables, and this was absolutely perfect timing. And it all fit into my rabbit. Steam burnt my finger really bad. I did not want to risk working with any new products or chemicals with these blisters on my fingers, so I had to postpone silk screening until my fingers healed. This photo was taken about a month ago and my fingers have completely healed. In fact, I actually forgot about this event until I just looked at this footage now. I somehow managed to keep that blister safe for almost 7 days. Darkroom light and UV light. In my research, I found a lot of online disputes about whether smart lights can effectively provide this function. So rather than risk that expense, I've gone old school. Now, I had trouble sourcing these bulbs locally. I learned that not all red light is darkroom safe, and not all UV bulbs are UV exposure bulbs. To err on the side of caution, I ordered direct from a silkscreen supply company here located in Canada. I needed lamps to house the bulbs, so I ordered the clamp lamps. I had some trouble trying to mount the UV lamp so that I would be able to adjust the height, and I managed to clamp it to my camera tripod. It is a solution, it's not the best solution. It was all very awkward to work with, but I'll come up with a better solution next time. I underestimated how physical this process was going to be. I was hoping to be able to apply the emulsion right within my sink, but I realized soon that the sink is not actually level. So this affects the flow and prevents the application of an even coat. I had to place the frames on the floor and pull up from floor height. The product is thick like molasses, and it's going to take some time to learn how to control it with a little finesse. I tried to position the bulbs approximately 10 inches away for 10 minutes for the black plate. After I washed this silk screen out, I had to remind myself that it's okay to make mistakes. I can already tell that this is likely not going to print well. I didn't want to spend the extra time that it takes to film this process because I'm going to do a second attempt anyways, which I can film. But I wanted to continue on to the next steps, red, green, and white plates to get that practice. Speedball screen printing inks appear to be the most common and easily accessible. They carry ink for fabric printing as well. The inks used for paper were very difficult to find in stock. Thankfully, DeSaris' art store ships and had some colors available. I initially purchased black, dark red, emerald green, and white, and have since added to that collection. I bought a larger quantity of black and white because I will be using that the most. Paper. Stonehenge is my go-to paper. It's great for handling mixed media, including these 5x7 prints. It comes in a 22-inch by 30-inch sheet at $4.29 a sheet, regular price. And this is the baseline price point that will be used to factor my general cost to produce a 5x7 print. However, I can't stress to you how valuable it is to purchase your paper in person. To feel the papers gives you a perspective that you just can't get from simply reading a description of the product. Also, the stores often carry a whole array of papers which are not in their online store, as I happily discovered. I fell in love with this paper instantly. For it to be on sale for half off $5.99, I couldn't pass this up. I bought a bulk amount, but went in with a budget of $100-ish to spend on paper. And it also happened to be a store-wide 10% off day. From here on out, I will always be purchasing my paper in person. So this is it. This is the beginning. I've bought my first round of supplies and I got my hands dirty. And I made it through my first print run. I've learned a lot and have made some adjustments. I really only expected this process to serve as practice. While the final is kind of cool, I do want to try this again. So please subscribe and join me in the next video. See you next time, and thanks for watching.